So I have a message that's been put on my heart to share with you. And I actually wrote it down to Word. Are you giving yourself permission to be mediocre when you know that you were born for more? See, Spirit is really shaking things up right now, right? Really shifting things. And I'm a testimony to that. And so are you. What we're recognizing in this life and in this existence is that we have been downplaying ourselves in such a way, right? And then we get into these depressive states. We start feeling like we have to defend our existence, like we have to downplay in certain ways. We have to make ourselves smaller. We have to make sure that we don't ruffle too many feathers. We don't speak up for ourselves and things like that. Now, here's the thing, right? Because it's not even about anyone else. This is not about anyone else. This is about you. This is about the journey of self and self-discovery and ascension. Now, this journey is not for everyone. So I'm not speaking to everyone, but I am speaking to you, right? Because maybe you have been downplaying yourself. Maybe you have been living apologetically, right? You apologize for every single thing you do, almost to the point where you're apologizing for breathing, existing, for thinking, for being neurodivergent, for existing on a spectrum that, is made to, of course, put us all in labels and force us into different molds that are easier to handle, right? So that way we can be understood more. Now, there's nothing wrong with having a description for certain individuals so that way we can be helped more. However, when that becomes who you are as opposed to something that is a part of you, then that's where the problem comes in. And that's when you often find yourself shrinking. That's when you find yourself often identifying with the label rather than who you truly are. So are you giving yourself permission to be mediocre when you know that you were born for more? Are you allowing society to trap you into its own standards? Are you allowing your surroundings, whether that be people, places, or things, to tell you where you're supposed to be? Are you doing the whole get in where you fit in, which of course is honestly one of my family mottos, because we navigate, right? But what I receive is there's two different sides to that notion. There's the side where you have to squeeze in so that way you can fit, or it's a side that you're basically navigating through the system to make sure that you get to where you're going to go. So what are you doing? Are you downplaying yourself? Are you playing mediocre just because that's who you've been surrounded by? Are you killing your own light and then blaming others? Because these are the questions we need to begin asking ourselves, because this, like I said, this major shift is happening right now and you probably feel it. And the way you know that you feel it is because maybe you've been having those emotional swings from the black area to the white area, and there's no gray in between, right? It's just either sobbing or pure bliss. Now, society may try to label these emotional swings and or outbursts one way. However, I challenge you to look at it through your spiritual eyes, because maybe, just maybe, this is Spirit trying to remind you of who you truly are. And the reason why we keep having these emotional outbursts is because we're no longer in alignment with the things we're trying to force ourselves into. We're trying to fit into spaces and places that we have since outgrown. And now God, Gaia, ancestors, angels, and saints are saying it's time to move on. Do not continue to give yourself permission to be mediocre when you know that you were born for more. And that's it.